Hello students. So in the previous class we were talking about that of the water. We had completed that chapter water. We studied about the properties of water. We studied about that of the water cycle, as well as we discussed that what will happen if there will be excessive rainfall or if there will be shortage of water, okay, or failure of rainfall occurs students. Okay, now today we will start with a new topic, with a new chapter, and that is air around us. Okay, so last chapter we discussed about the water, and in this chapter we will talk about that of the air which is present in the atmosphere, which is present surrounding us, and that is why the name of the chapter is air around us. Now, what are the different objectives? What are the learning objectives? Or we can say what are the different contents which is present in this chapter, student? So, the first thing that we have to study is about air. Okay, what is air? Okay, or what are the things which is present in that of the air? Then we will talk about the composition of air, students. So, here we will discuss about the air, its properties also. Okay. We will talk about the wind, okay, and here in the composition of air we will talk about the mixture of gases as well as its percentage in the atmosphere, okay. Then we will talk about the oxygen and nitrogen, role of oxygen, what is the use of nitrogen, what are the properties of the nitrogen, okay. These two gases are also a part of that of the air. It means it comes in the composition of the air, students. Then we will talk about the carbon dioxide, water vapor and smoke which is present in the air. Okay, so in spite of that, along with that of the oxygen and nitrogen gases, other gases including water vapor as well as the smoke is also present in air. So what is the role of a carbon dioxide, what is the role of a water vapor and smoke in the atmosphere. Then finally we will talk about the availability of oxygen to plants and animals, students. So how much amount of oxygen is present in the atmosphere which can be used by the plants and the animals, we will discuss in the last topic. Okay, so these are the contents, these are the things that we have to study in this chapter. So we will start with the first one, and that is air. So first of all, we will try to understand that what is air. So when we talk about the air, students, air is what? If you talk about the air, you will say that air is consisting of all the different types of gases. Okay, so the first point which came for the air, that it consisting of different gases in it, or we can say that it is having a mixture of gases with it. Okay, so we can write it mixture of gases. Okay, so different types of gases, they combine together and constitute the air. Okay, so it consisting of nitrogen, it consisting of the oxygen, it consisting of the carbon dioxide, it consisting of the other gases also that we will discuss in the composition. But till now you will understand that air is what? It is a mixture of different gases. Okay, different gases, they combine together to form air. Now if we talk about, student, air is very important for us. How? Since it consisting of different gases, some of the gases are very important for us, including that of the carbon dioxide or oxygen. Both gases are present in the air, student, and you know that carbon dioxide is very important for the process of photosynthesis, and oxygen is very important for the respiration of the living organism. These all things we have discussed in the previous classes. We are simply revising it. See here, oxygen is essential for the respiration of the living organisms. Okay, so photosynthesis, which is performed with the help of the carbon dioxide present in the air and oxygen which is present in the air, help in the process of respiration for both, that is for the plants as well as animals. Okay? So we can say that air is a mixture of gases consisting of different gases. Out of that, students, we will discuss later also the use of the carbon dioxide and oxygen. But if a sentence came that we cannot survive without air, so basically that is talking about the carbon dioxide and oxygen, in which the carbon dioxide help in the process of photosynthesis. Plants, they used to prepare their food with the help of carbon dioxide, and respiration is performed by that of the plants as well as by the animals to get energy, and this is performed by the help of the oxygen. Okay, so we can say that it helps in the survival of the living organism. So we can write it, we cannot survive without air. Okay, students? So, we cannot survive without air because it consisting of the gases that is very essential for us. Now, tell me one thing. Are we able to see air? No. But, are you able to feel the air? Yes. What will happen if suppose you are very tired because you are playing for more than half an hour or for 1 hour, and then you come to home? What will happen? You feel tired and you feel hot also. Okay, so that heat, to remove that heat, what you used to do? You used to switch on the fan. Okay, and as the fan starts rotating and the fan starts moving, you start feeling the cool. Okay, you start feeling coolness. Okay, so why is this so, students? It is because of the air which is coming from that of the moving fan help you to give relief. Student, we cannot see the air, but we can feel the presence. We can take another example, like if suppose we had taken this a piece of a paper, a piece of a newspaper, students, and this time if you see that this is not fluttering, it remains still, it is not moving at all. So you will say that there is no air. Okay, but what will happen? That when you turn on the fan, student, then what will happen? You see here that it starts fluttering. Okay, it starts moving. Okay, so we can say that how it starts moving, it is because of the blowing wind. Okay, so moving air make this paper to flutter, make this paper to move. Okay. So by this, students, we can say that we cannot see air, but we can feel the presence of air when it starts moving. Okay. So we cannot see air, but we can feel the presence of air. Feel the presence of air, which we can say moving air. Okay, so we can feel the presence of air, moving air, or you can write to students that we can feel the presence of air when it blows. Okay, so moving air when it blows. Okay, so we cannot see, but we can feel the presence of that of the moving air. Now, if we talk about also known as wind. Okay, moving air is also known as wind, student. So we can feel the presence, but when it flows, when it moves, and that air we call it a wind. So wind, we can feel it. Okay, now we will talk about some of the examples which is related to that of the wind. So we will see some of the moving air examples, students. So you see here, student, if we see the first one, then moving air help us to fly kite in the sky. Okay, so we can write it that it help in fly the kites in the sky. So it help us to fly kites in the sky. You know the student, if there is no wind, it will be not easy for us to fly the kite. So we can say that wind help us to fly kite in the sky. Then the second one is that the moving air help in the process of winnowing. Okay, so we can write it, the moving air or the wind. What happened in the winnowing, students? We already had discussed while we are talking about the separation, in which the husk of the wheat, it get separated from that of the grains by the process of winnowing. What they used to do in the winnowing, they used to take the husk and the grain together, and they lift up both of the mixture, and they started shaking it. Finally, what will happen? Due to the moving air, the husk, it is lighter particle, so it will blown away by that of the moving air, and the grains, which is the heavier particle, it will falls down just below to that of the person. Okay, or just it falls down to that of the ground. Okay, so husk, it moves away, it blown away by the help of the moving air. So we can say that it is because of the wind, it is because of the moving air, it helps in carrying the process of winnowing, or it helps in separating the husk of the wheat from that of the grain. So we can write it, moving air helps in the process of winnowing. Okay, and thus helps in separating the husk from grains. Okay, student. So moving air help in the process of winnowing. Help in the process of winnowing. And we can say that because of that, it helps in the separating the husk from the grain. Not only this, student, if we talk about the other properties of other uses of that of the moving air, students, so you will find that moving air, it helps the clothes which are hanging in the cloth line sewing. Okay, so we can write it the next one, and that is the moving air, it helps in the clothes which is hanging on the cloth line swing. Okay, so you have seen that when you hang the cloth in the cloth line, as the wind blows, as the air moves, it will start swinging, it will start swinging. Okay, so we can say that moving air helps the cloth which is kept, which is hanged on that of the cloth like to swim. Okay. Now if we see that it will also help in stirring the leaves which is there in the garden, which is present in the that of the trees. So we can write it, that is the air blowing, the air blowing helps the air blowing in the garden, helps to stir the leaves on tree or present on trees. Okay, so it helps in movement, it helps in fluttering that of the leaves which is present on the trees. Not only the leaves, student, if we talk that if you came inside the room and you switch on the fan, and if a book is open, what will happen? The pages of the book, it starts moving back and forth. Okay, so we will say that the pages, it starts fluttering. Right now we show you the help of an example that as the air moves, the paper, it starts fluttering. Okay, so we can say that it flutters due to the as the moving air, or due to that of the wind, students. So the fifth one is when a fan is switched on, when a fan is switched on, the moving air makes the pages of the book to move back and forth. Okay, to move to and fro, back and forth, or flutter. That is the same thing. To move back and forth. Okay, so it helps in it makes the pages of the book to flutter. Not only the students, if you see the fairy, okay students, moving air, it also helps in moving the fairy. It helps in rotating the fairy. Fairy is for student, you have seen that many small kids, they used to play with the toy which is made up of a paper, and they used to take it and run. So what will happen? That run, or they will take that paper toy in front of the cooler or in front of the moving air. So you will see that it starts rotating. So it seems like this, in which it starts moving as the moving air. As it is placed in front of that of the fast moving air. Okay, so we can say that moving air helps in rotating the fairy. Okay, so these are the different examples you can say that which get affected by that of the moving air. So very important is this, students. We have seen the winnowing in the separation of the husk from that of the grain. Winnowing, it needs air, blowing wind must be there so that it will get separated from each other. Second thing, students, we had discussed about that of the flying kites. So it need moving air, otherwise the kite will not fly in the sky. Then we had discussed the other, like the book, if it is open and when you turn on the fan, in the book it starts flutter back and forth. As well as we have seen that the trees, the leaves of the tree, they start to flutter, they start stir when the wind blows. Okay, not only the student, the clothes which we had in the clothesline way, they used to sway just because of that of the moving air. And finally, the figgy is a small toy, and when you take it in front of that of a fast moving air, of a moving air itself, or a wind, what will happen? It starts rotating. Okay, so these are the different impacts, or you can say different examples of that of the moving air. Now we will move to the next topic, students, and that is air is present around us. Now we will talk about the next topic, student, and that is air present everywhere around us. Okay, so when we talk about the air, student, what we had discussed, that air is water which we cannot see it, but we can feel the presence. It means the air is present around us. It is present in the surrounding, in the atmosphere, although we cannot see it. Okay, so if an object is there, if a marker is there, you see here, students. So everywhere around this marker, or we can say that this marker is surrounded by the air from every side. Okay, so how can you say that, students? Even if you see the containers which you have kept in the kitchen or in the bathroom, it seems that it is empty, but it also consisting of air. Okay, now you see here, student, this is a kind of a bottle, it's an empty bottle, and when you see it, is anything there inside it? No. It seems to be empty, right? Nothing is there, right? So, but when we talk about the air, students, so it proves, it says that actually this container is not empty, but this container is consisting of the air in it. Okay, it is filled with the air. Air is present in that of the container. Okay, in that of the bottle. So all the bottles, all the containers which is empty, which seems to be empty, does not have anything in it, but we can say that it consisting of air in it. And for this, an activity is given in your book, in which we will try to understand that how air which is present around us, which is also present in that of the empty container, which seems to be nothing is there, but we can prove it that how air is present in its students. So for this activity, students, in which we have to show that air is present in this water bottle, what we have to do, we have to take an empty bottle that we have taken, as well as we have to take a bucket which is filled with the water. Okay, so at first what we will do, you know that when we invert it, nothing is there, it seems to be empty. So when you take this bottle and keep it in the bucket which is consisting of full of water in it, and dip it in that of the water, students, then so you see here, student, we had taken a bucket of water, and this is that bottle which was empty, and when you invert the bottle and dip it inside that of the water, students, you can see here that I dip this water in the water. It is now fully covered with the water, and then just after 10 seconds you will see that because it is filled with the water, so all the water, because the container was empty, student, so all the water should get inside that of the container, in that of the water bottle. So after that, when you lift it up, what you will see, that is any of the water entered in it? Nothing. Now what we will do, we will dip it half, then what you will see, again here that water did not enter in it. Okay, so although this container is empty, but water does not enter in it, which says that it is not empty. Now what we will do here, again we will dip it inside that of the bucket, and right now what we will do, student, we will try to tilt this water bottle little bit. As you can see here, what will happen, you see, Okay. Now you see here student, as you inverted the bottle and you try to dipped it in that of the bucket, it does not get dipped properly, but when you tilt it, bubbles starts coming out of it. So by this experiment student, what do you understand? That is, when you try to make this bottle to get inside the water, the water was not entering in the bottle, although we totally made this bottle to get inside the that of the water, in the water which is present in the bucket. Even then also water was not getting inside this bottle. Okay, but as you tilt it, what will happen? Bubbles starts coming out of it, and as the bubbles are coming out of it, water starts entering into the bottle. So what happened here students? At first, when you try to push this bottle to get inside, at that time, since it consisting of air in it, it does not allow the water to get inside because there is no space for the water. Right? So, why the water does not get inside that of the water bottle student? Because this whole water bottle is consisting of is having that of the air. Okay? And since it is occupied by the air, the inner portion of the bottle occupied the air, thus there is no space for the water to get inside. Okay, and that is why in the first case when we are trying to dip the bottle in the water, at that time the water could not enter in the bottle. But as you tilt it student, what happened? The bubbles starts coming out of it. The bubbles starts coming out of it. What does that indicate? That air which is present in the bottle, it starts coming out of it in the form of a bubbles. And as the bubbles starts coming out of it, you will see students that the water also start getting inside that of the bottle. Because as the air in the form of a bubbles comes out from that of the water bottle, there will be a space left behind inside the bottle, and thus water can occupy that space. Okay, so we can write this activity students. So in this activity, what are the things which we have seen? So the first thing, that all the empty container have air in it. Okay, in the first case what happened? Since the bottle was covered, since the bottle was occupied by air, there is no space for the water to enter. Or we can say that bottle was filled with air. Okay, so these are the first condition in which we can say that every container, it consisting of gases in it, it consisting of air in it, and the first one, bottle was occupied by the air, and thus there is no space for the water so that it will get entered, and finally we can say that that bottle is filled with the air. What happened after that student? As you tilted the water bottle, as you tilted the water bottle, and write here students, water bottle, then what happened? Bubble starts coming out. Okay, so we will write here bubbles starts coming out of it. Okay, and as the bubble starts coming out, then what happens, students? As the bubble starts coming out, the space, the empty space will be occupied by water. Okay, so as you tilted the water, what happened? The bubbles, it starts coming out. The air bubbles, it indicates the presence of the bubbles, it indicates the presence of the air which is coming outside from the water bottle when you tilt it. And when the air in the form of bubbles, it starts coming out, then we can say that now nothing is there, air also came, it is not filled with the air now, or air is coming slowly in the form of a bubbles. So air, it left behind the space, and this space will be occupied by that of the waters. Thus water start getting inside the water bottle, students. So by this we can say that air is present everywhere around us, even in that of the empty containers which seems to be empty, but actually it is filled with the air. Okay, so by this experiment we prove that, by this activity we prove that the water bottle which seems to be empty, but actually it is filled with the air, students. Okay.